So this is part 2 of my spoilery review of episode 3 from season 7 of Outlander. If you are looking to avoid spoilers from the show or the books, please do keep on scrolling. So part 1 was mainly talking about the big house burning. That is kind of the biggest plot point at the beginning of the episode. And then the second big point is that the Mackenzies are officially back in 80s Scotland. So at the beginning of the episode, we see a courier in northern Scotland deliver this box. And when they zoom away, we are able to see the name on top of that box. And as a book reader, I immediately got excited because I thought this was one of the coolest things that happened in the books, especially in An Echo in the Bone. I think now that I have read all of the books all the way through and am watching the show, knowing what's going to happen, the pace that this season is going at, I think will be very palpable for people who haven't read the books and don't know what's coming, because some of these storylines felt like they kind of came out of nowhere, because in the books they're able to kind of breathe with that storyline, and then when the big event happens it feels like it's appropriate, whereas the show right now, some of these moments are very much rushed. I'd be curious for people who haven't read the books if you feel that or not. Let me know. But we're back at Reverend Wakefield's house with Fiona, who you'll remember from season 3, and she gives Roger and Bree this box that Reverend Wakefield had that was given to a bank in Edinburgh in the books 200 years in the past, and it had very strict instructions that it only be given to the person whose name is on the top of the box, which now we know is Jemmy. We are shown this very quick glimpse of Fiona and her husband's girls, and you can see Jemmy over there in the corner kicking the soccer ball, and this is presumably Mandy, who would be recovering after her heart surgery. So when Bree and Roger open this box up, they discover letters. They find a musket ball, which we saw Jamie and Claire and young Ian making later on in the episode. And in the books, it's slightly different. There are obviously the letters and 2 books, and there's also Sawney, which is Jamie's little wood-carved snake from his brother. I don't know why they didn't include that in this. It might be buried at the bottom of the box, but I thought that would have been a cool thing to also have happened in the show. So in the scene, Brianna opens the first letter and sees that Claire has written to her to tell her that they survived the fire and that they are very much alive. And this is actually the last scene of A Breath of Snow and Ashes. She reads the first line where it says that we are alive, and then the book ends. Because of the show being rearranged in the way that it is, we're getting the full storyline very early on in the season, which I think is an exciting thing because their ties to Jamie and Claire are one of the coolest parts about these books for me. Come back for part 3.